delighted today to introduce you to Fiona Vickers, who will tell you a bit more about who she is. And we're just going to have a quick rapid fire Q&A. So welcome, Fiona.
Juliet, thanks a lot, and I'm delighted to be here. My name is Fiona Vickers. I was, until very recently, a senior executive search consultant specializing in the world of digital, working for I'd like to say, number one executive search consultancy in the world, a company called Korn Ferry. I've been in executive search for 30 years. I am married. I have 4 children, 2 of whom have recently flown the coop. I got to a point in my career about a year ago when I was ready to make some significant changes as a result of a number of different prompts, one of which was the birth of my grandson, one of which was recovering from cancer, and the final one was that I'd reached a particular age and I decided it was time to make some changes. So I didn't initially think I needed any help in doing so. I had my own plans and thoughts, but as the change took effect, particularly with work, where I moved from full-time to 2 days a week, now working as an ambassador for Korn Ferry, I discovered that things just weren't sort of gelling like I really wanted to, and I decided I needed to take some help. And as with all things when you're working with a partner to support your life, choosing the right one is absolutely critical. And I thought long and hard about what sort of individual I would look for help. And interestingly enough, I chose someone who I thought would give me direction in a particular way, but who ended up giving me direction in a very different way, which was actually what I needed and was absolutely brilliant. So I found Juliet through a number of different routes, friends, acquaintances, business colleagues, and I couldn't have been luckier.
Thank you, Fiona. Looking back, what has been the most valuable insights and breakthroughs or results you have gained from us working together?
I think this goes back to realizing that what I thought I wanted, I didn't really want or need. So I thought that what I needed was to define my mission, my purpose in life moving forward. And from our various discussions and lots of laughs, it became clear that was a load of codswallop and that I didn't need that at all. What I really needed to do was to work out what gave me my mojo and what I needed to be in order to enjoy my life moving forward. And it all kind of wrapped up around the word engaged. I need to be engaged. So then it was a question of trying to identify what really engaged me. Since then, we've done many sessions. We've looked at the role of ego. We've looked at how mindset can change everything, that awareness is the catalyst of change. And I'm just repeating some of the lessons I've learned from Juliet. And one of the first things I learned was, how to separate areas of concern with areas of influence, because I used to get that very confused and spend a huge amount of time worrying about things that I could do simply nothing about, and learned how to move on from that.
And how has our way of working and your living your life and your work has really shifted as a result of us working together?
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, I'm looking forward now to working with you on the next phase of my life, which is the fact that I'm empty nesting for the first time in 32 years. I've had kids living with me in the house for 32 years, and finally my 18-year-old twins have just flown the coop. And I thought I was going to be feeling absolutely fantastic about it, and there is an element of that, but equally, I'm suddenly realizing another gaping hole has arrived, which I need to do something about, and I'm looking forward to working with you on that. So, how has my way of living, as opposed to working, shifted? I'm naturally impatient, but you've helped me realize that change takes time, repetition. I hate repetition, but I have to repeat many times because I know otherwise I don't absorb. I'm much more aware of what I do on a daily basis. I'm trying to work on my ego. Going back to what I said before, I now understand that where I worry about things and fearsome about things, often it's because of the impact on my ego, and having been in a position for many years where I've needed an ego to be able to be good at what I do, reducing that is terrifying. So So that is something I need to work on.
But is it also liberating?
It's becoming that way. It is, I understand what you're saying, and I know that I will be liberated when I've got rid of my ego. God knows when that will be, but yes, I think it will become so.
It's learning to tame our ego.
Yeah, yeah.
And what aspects of my coaching style did you find most effective or distinctive? Because there are gazillions of coaches out there. And I think it's really hard if somebody wants to choose to invest in a coach to make sure that they've got the right person. So, what is it about my style and approach that you really resonated with you?
Juliet, I think one of the most important things for me is and has always been sense of humor. You've got a great sense of humor. You don't take yourself too seriously. But if you add to that the fact that you are highly intuitive, highly intelligent, hugely articulate, I have found every session with you rewarding and productive. I come away from the session feeling enthused, enthusiastic, that I've learnt things, committed to, making change, and thinking fab.
Thank you. And I wouldn't be doing my job properly if I didn't ask this. But if you were talking to a fellow executive and they were considering making the investment or asking their company to invest in a coach, why would you recommend working with me?
I suppose it depends on the reason why they're looking for the coaching. And I'm sure you can coach people going through a variety of different situations. But when I look at where you're focused, which is sort of midlife or even later life mojo, and I think about what you've shared with me through our sessions about your experiences, I think you are just perfectly positioned, given your experiences, to help people who are going through change and who are looking to find a way of achieving their potential during a time of transition and after.
Thank you very much.